Two homes hit the market in Kenosha the same week. Same price, similar size, same general condition. One sells in 3 days with multiple offers. The other sits for 60 days and eventually it takes a price cut. Why? It's not random, it's not luck, and it's not always just price.
We're Chad and Aalia Scott, your Kenosha area real estate agents here. Every week, we study the buyer behavior here in the Kenosha area, not just prices, but how buyers actually act in this market. If you're thinking about selling or even wondering whether you should, this video could save you months of frustration and thousands of dollars in mistakes. And if you want a personalized strategy for your home, let's have a no pressure conversation. All of our contact information is below this video. Now let's break this down.
It's not just price, it's positioning. Most agents explain pricing, so very few explain positioning. Price determines your buyer pool. In Kenosha right now, homes in certain price ranges, especially near the median price, have a much larger group of buyers competing. But once you move into a higher price bracket, the buyer pool shrinks, and those buyers are pickier. So the two homes you can buy both be priced right, but one may be positioned directly in front of the most active buyer pool and the other may not. And that's the first layer.
So buyer psychology, this is the part that no one explains. And here's what's really happening behind the scenes. Buyers in Kenosha today, well, they're payment sensitive. They don't want to pay more for the house than what they think it's worth. And they want to stay within a specific monthly payment. They're cautious because it's not COVID anymore and buyers aren't buying the first house that they see any longer. They want a house that fits what their life is, and sometimes that means looking at several before they're putting in an offer. And they're extremely comparison driven. Buyers are comparing your home to others that are on the market. And if yours doesn't stand out, then they're going to put an offer on another one that does. They've seen enough listings to know what good looks like, and buyers are looking online at new listings daily, usually several times a day, and they know what they want and what a good listing is. So if your listing has to stand out from the rest, if your home hits the market and doesn't create immediate activity, buyers start forming assumptions. After about 14 to 21 days, their psychology shifts. Instead of asking, should we hurry, they start asking, what's wrong with it? Nothing may actually be wrong, but perception drives momentum. Momentum, that drives offers.
All right, the micro market inside Kenosha, this is where it gets even more specific. Kenosha is not one market, it's multiple micro markets. North side demand behaves differently than the south side packets. Homes near the lake attract a different buyer than homes near the interstate. Lakeside home tends to attract buyers that are looking for a slower pace of life and tend not to have kids in the house anymore and maybe getting closer to retirement. People looking to the interstate are looking for newer homes with bigger lots and are working families, usually with kids. Convenience is the biggest factor for them. Newer subdivisions move differently than older established neighborhoods. These are often higher priced and most are HOA communities, so they attract a specific buyer that is looking for that type of housing. School district boundaries matter. If a buyer has kids, the boundary school that your home is matters. This is something to consider when you are a buyer. Even neighborhood reputation matters. Uptown and brass neighborhoods get a bad reputation, even though some homes in those neighborhoods are actually really nice. Two homes could be 1 mile apart, but they have completely different buyer behavior. That's why blanket pricing advice doesn't work.
Condition versus expectation. This is a big one right now. Most buyers expect move-in ready. They don't want projects to do the very first year that they own the house. They don't want perfect, but clean, updated, and well presented is what they're looking for. Minor cosmetic issues that didn't matter 2 years ago, well, they matter now. Things like fogged windows, loose railings, stained carpet, that matters. Photos matter more than ever. That's what brings the online browsers into in-person showings. Your online presentation determines whether buyers even schedule a showing. Are you only on the home search portals, or is your home on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and other social media sites? And here's something that most sellers don't realize. The first 7 days on market, that's your highest traffic window. If that week doesn't generate momentum, you are now playing defense.
What's actually happening when your home sits? When a home sits for 30 plus days in Kenosha, it's usually one of the four things. It's slightly misaligned on price. This is the most common problem. It's positioned against stronger competition and it lacks early showing velocity, which means that buyers don't see the need to look at your home for whatever reason. Or is it amidst the emotional trigger buyers are responding to right now? And once the momentum slows, price reduction often follows. The market doesn't punish homes, it simply recalibrates them and brings them back to reality.
If you're even thinking about selling in the next 6 to 12 months, the conversation you need isn't what's my home worth? It's how would my home compete right now? That's a very different question. And that's where strategy starts.
Who should pay attention if you bought 5 to 10 years ago and you're thinking about moving up? If you're worried about being stuck between selling and buying, if you're relying on online estimates, or if you've been saying the market's hot, it'll sell, this is for you. Hot markets don't fix misalignment. They amplify it and show where sellers make mistakes.
So what we actually do differently, before we ever list a home, we map out your buyer pool, who would be a great fit for your home, and who we will be marketing your home to. Your competition, the other homes in the area that are currently for sale, and how they compare to your home. Your absorption rate, how quickly homes are selling in Kenosha right now, and your showing velocity target, which targets how many showings you should be getting each week. We don't just pick a price, we recommend the best listing price for your home based on current market data. We build positioning because the difference between 3 days and 60 days usually happens before the home even hits the market.
And if you're wondering whether your home would sell in 3 days or sit for 60, the answer isn't guessing, it's strategy. If you want clarity on where your home actually stands in Kenosha market, let's have a no pressure conversation. All of our contact information is below in the video description. No pressure, just real data and real positioning. Have a great week and see you next Monday, same time, same place.